Okay, in this video we're going to have a look at how we use fractional distillation in order to increase the concentration of the alcohol that could be produced from fermentation. Okay, and what they do is they take the alcohol water mixture, because the alcohol that is produced in fermentation will contain water in there, and that's where we have to then get rid of the water. And if you get rid of the water, we increase the concentration of the alcohol. And this fractional distillation process uses the fact that alcohol has a boiling point of around 80 degrees, whilst water has a boiling point of 100 degrees. So the fact this is lower means this will boil off first, and we can then collect that, condense it, and we've got the pure alcohol leaving the water behind. That's how this works, okay? Key points here, we've got a thermometer that's going to measure the temperature for us. That's going to allow us to know when it's at the right temperature and when we are collecting the alcohol that we need. We've then got this Liebig condenser. This is a cold water jack. It completely surrounds this tube. We've got cold water coming in and cold water coming out. And this means that the evaporation, as it comes up, the gas comes up, down the condenser, meets the cold surface that's surrounded by the water here, and starts to condense, turn back into a liquid. And then we can collect the liquid, which is known as a distillate, at the very end. And initially, that will be the alcohol that we start to collect, and that would be pure alcohol in that process. So the steps involved are, we have to heat up the mixture. As we heat it up, we've already said the alcohol is going to boil first because its boiling point is slightly lower. As the alcohol starts to boil, we then need to condense the alcohol in the condenser, so it starts to cool down, turn back into liquid alcohol. We then collect the alcohol, which will be pure alcohol at the end, and it will have a higher concentration, a greater amount of alcohol in there. Okay, now it might be when you do this once, you will have some water still remaining in here a little bit. So what you could then do is take this distillate and do the whole thing again, and you might repeat that a couple of times. And what that will allow you to do is to increase the concentration of your alcohol from somewhere around 10 to 20% from the fermentation process up to 40%. In some alcoholic drinks, you notice they have a concentration this high, and that's how they achieve that level of alcohol in there.